Hi, this is Dr. Joanny Liu, and welcome to Rapid Injury Recovery Facebook Live. I'm really happy to tell you that last weekend I became a international #1 best-selling author thanks to you for the book Heal Your Concussion, How to Quickly and Effectively Get Back in the Game. I thank you for all of you who participated and supported me in my bid for this big milestone to get this message across to as many people as possible. So this week I'm going to be talking about something very special because nothing is happening with it right now in ordinary medical world, and that is return to play. So today I'm going to give you 10 concrete steps to return to play. Okay, now return to play is a great concept because really we should be doing things in order to return to play. We want to get back to life, as normal life, as soon as possible. Okay, so as it stands, the protocol looks like this. So there's actually a step 0, which is right after it's been determined that you do have a concussion, okay? And so what they tell you is to have complete physical rest. And in a lot of cases now, they've been telling people to also have complete mental rest. Now, the problem with that is that even their own research is saying that this is not a good idea, okay? So complete rest, they've been finding, is actually prolonging your symptoms, making them worse, and or even making you more susceptible to depression. So that's trying to get back to, okay, we're back. All right, so that was step 0. Now, the thing is though, is that the rest of the protocol has 5 steps. And at the very end is step 5 where, yoo-hoo, you get to go back and play. However, all those steps, you don't actually do anything. So if you fail each one of these steps, you have to take a step backwards and go back and rest. Still, resting is doing nothing. You're not being proactive. They're not telling you to be proactive. So does it really make any sense? If you had a broken arm or a leg, does it really make sense to do nothing? No, you'd be at physiotherapy, or doing something under some doctor's instructions to actually start working with that limb again. It was a very wise orthopedic surgeon that told my husband when he broke his ankle about 25 years ago that he should use his leg as soon as possible so that your body knows that you still need it. I mean, it seems like a perfectly logical thing to do and also very intuitive. I thought that was a very wise doctor because a lot of doctors actually wouldn't tell you to do that, okay? So coming back to the protocol, step 1 is light exercise or work. Step 2 is spot work or a specific activity pertaining to that sport, let's say skating in hockey or just running, okay? Step 3 is sport practice, but with no body contact, okay, reasonable. Step 4, sport practice with some body contact and work. But then at this stage, you have to be cleared by an MD to go back. And then step 5 is when the MD clears you and you are allowed to go back and play. Now, however, a lot of people are not getting cleared to play, and that's what the problem is. So for someone like McCann Utu Jr., who committed a murder-suicide way back in March, he was never ever cleared to play in his beloved basketball, and so he just went downhill from there. He never recovered himself. He never went back to his old self. So we don't want to have any more situations like that. So that's why I've come up with a 10-step protocol for returning to play, which actually absolutely makes you do the things that you need to do. You have to take action. Healing doesn't come along when you're submissive and passive. No, you've got to be taking action. You've got to make a decision, okay, that you're going to do all this stuff. So, okay, so my first step is be honest with yourself, okay? How do you really feel? If you're tired, rest, okay? If you're trying to do something and you're not getting a whole lot of success doing it, then stop for a while, try again another time. Step 2 is, again, be honest with yourself. If we're talking about the brain, then we're talking about the mind too, because the mind is what controls the brain. So what are the things that have been bothering you? What are the things that have been bothering you for quite a while? Okay, it could be months before, or it could be a shock that just happened, when a concussion happened. But the thing is that something truly mentally and emotionally has been bothering you, and that is what we must look at. Okay, so admit that. Be honest with yourself. Okay, so number 3, once you identified what that problem is, then I want you to write it down because I want you to focus on it, okay, for the time being. Okay, now ask yourself these 3 questions. Do I really have control over this situation that's bothering me? Am I really responsible for what happens in this situation? And the third question is, can I do something positive and constructive to solve this problem? Okay? So step 5. If you can honestly answer yes to all 3 of these questions, then you're going to do something about it. Okay? So step 6, create a goal out of that problem. And what I mean by that is now you're going to choose the very opposite of what that problem was. Okay? So for example, I'm drawing a blank. But if you don't like something, then basically you want the opposite. So think of it that way. So whatever it was that made you unhappy, what is the thing that would make you happy? Okay? So that becomes your goal. So, okay. So 7, so then you make a decision. Okay, so make a decision that you're going to do something about it. And of course, already your brain is starting to change for the better. And then, so that's 8. So 9 is when you create your plan, you execute each step of the plan. Now, the thing about plans is that they are meant to change. They are never, ever committed to stone, because you're going to find more information, you're going to find out things, a situation itself might change, maybe the people in play might change, so things are always going to change regardless of what you have written down in the plan. So one of the signs of having a good brain, of making your brain change in neuroplasticity, is to be flexible. And of course, being flexible means that your mind is flexible, that you can change your mind and accept that change happens, okay? That is flexibility, and because of that, your brain will also change for the better too. And 10, maybe along the way you decide that you really don't have the control that you thought you had. Maybe you're really not responsible for the situation after all. And maybe you also decide that no matter how much you try, you can't be positive and constructive about it. So the thing is when that happens, it really does mean that you don't have control and or you're not responsible for this whole situation. So the best thing that you can do about it is let it go. Let it go. Wash your hands of it. You're not supposed to be dealing with this thing. In fact, pretty much mind your own business and get on with your life. That alone is going to give you such a sense of relief, and then your brain will feel better too. Okay? So the thing is that going through these steps, you have now gone through a process where you have taken control of your life, which means you've taken control of your thoughts, and therefore you've taken control of your brain. And only good things can happen when you do this. Okay, so the brain is changeable, and because of its changeability, you can heal it. So do each one of these 10 steps. So healing always comes from within. It's always going to come with a change of mind, with a change of brain, with a change in perception. That's what is going to happen. Okay? So please share this video with your friends. Like my page, Rapid Injury Recovery. Go to the top over there and like it, just like it. If someone you love has got post-concussion syndrome, please direct them to my book and get them to get it and read it and go through it, because all the steps are in there, okay, that I just discussed in very minuscule detail with you here, okay? All the steps are in the book. And even if you don't have a concussion right now, this is a very good preventative book. It's going to help you to deal with any issue that comes up so that you won't have to deal with this problem, okay? So thank you very much. I need to let you know that Rapid Injury Recovery Facebook Live will be back in 2 weeks. But next week, I'm going to upload a short video for you. So until then, in 2 weeks' time, see you then. Bye.